Several cases of taxi drivers being abused have made it to the news in recent years. In April 2010, 2 cab drivers were beaten up by 3 Caucasians at Suntec City. Last year, also in April, a former polytechnic lecturer punched and hit a taxi driver with an umbrella. In March this year, a shipping charterer hauled a cab driver against a lift wall. Most recently on May 18th, a taxi driver and his passengers were physically threatened by 2 men who tried to pull them from the car. Taxi drivers Razor TV spoke to said that while such cases are rare, minor disagreements are common.
Have you met with aggressive situations in your years as a cabbie?
Oh, not really. Just minor here and there haunting, but it's okay. Just ignore them.
Have people threatened to beat you up like passengers?
Oh, no, I have not met any of this. No, not so far, so good. So far, so good.
Depends on what, all this. But this one is happen mostly is on the night. Daytime is very rare.
I mean, I cut into his lane, and then he was not happy. He overtook me and stopped his car in front and forced me to stop. Then he came down pointing finger at me. Then I point at my camera, and he walked back.
Well, worst case, you run away with passenger. That's about it.
Cabbies said that because they spend such long hours on the roads, it's inevitable that they meet aggressive drivers or passengers. But the trick, they say, is to play it cool.
Try to keep calm, keep cool. Don't provoke them. So we just, if they come, we just lock our door.
You have to be very cool with them. Every time, if you get aggressive, you don't be aggressive yourself. If you're aggressive, then you're in big trouble.
So don't confront them. Just go on. Just go on with your own life. Since it don't hurt you, nothing happen. Just ignore them. Just consider that they are animals. Just like us. Don't come be bothered with them. Really.
我一按公司就知道我现在跟 passenger 讲什么话，有危险他们知道。打抢什么我们按这个。
Taxis from companies such as Comfort, CityCab and SMRT have an emergency button that drivers can use. SMRT said its drivers can also call a 24-hour hotline to ask for assistance or to report any incident. Drivers are also asked to call the police in the event of a crime being committed against them. Although most of the cases involved the cab driver being harmed, the recent road rage case in May also saw the cabbie's passengers being physically intimidated.
Have you ever seen aggressive behavior on the roads or when you were in a taxi?
No.
So have you ever encountered dangerous situations or aggressive situations when you were in a cab?
Never. I can actually recite that experience at Changi Airport when we came back from Europe. We were struggling with our luggage, and the taxi driver just stands there as if it's a statue of Stamford Raffles. And we were so upset with the driver, we sort of made some remarks, and the driver actually came and a voice and says, "If you don't like this particular taxi, choose another one." I turned around, I spoke to the usher across the airport and says, "This guy doesn't want to pick us up." So at the back behind me, he was saying, "Why am I shouting?" I'm not even facing the guy, the driver. I was actually shouting across that noisy place. And I was turned around, I'm not even shouting at you. So what do you want to do? So I asked him, "You want to hit me? Are you trying to hit me?" And he walked around, throwing a tantrum and says, "If I wasn't the driver here, I would do so."
But most commuters say they would not retaliate in the face of violence.
How would you deal with aggressive people?
Try to hide, run away from them.
Just be passive, not to make them even more angry, just to talk to them nicely.
Call police.
Try to calm the situation down. If not, then see however it goes. And in one way or another, try not to harm each other. After all, we are all Singaporeans.
I think I'll take out my handphone and storm it.
For us, if anybody would approach me in this manner, I stand up, I look at him in the eye, I say, "Are you trying to do that?" And by sufficiently there, of course, I stand in a position where I am fully capable of defending myself. And they'll be pretty taken aback. The point here is, you must let them through your body language and eye contact and confrontation and say that, "Don't try, you too can get hurt."
Watch our other clip to hear from taxi driver Sebastian Fook, who together with his passengers was attacked by 2 men in May.